first time, and that was quite an experience. They're all okay. They're all quite safe. They've been moved to the D wing, which we think is right here, and they've got a little bit of light, and that's the lowest category in this prison, so they're on the best wing that they can be at the moment. Rich are sharing a cell, and Roscoe is in the cell right next door. And I don't know his name, but apparently his cellmate is fine. So big shout for him. They're getting on and they're having a laugh. My Rich Piano told me yesterday that they just mess around. That they get up out of bed in the morning and they walk to the door and try and open it and go, oh, yeah, we're in prison. So they are okay, they're in quite good spirits. And knowing that everybody was coming today was quite overwhelming for Rich yesterday. And the letters and the posters and all the pictures, they've been receiving them and they've actually stuck them up all over their cell and they're already covered.
I went to see Roscoe yesterday as well, and he said to say thank you for all of the letters and emails that he's been receiving. He's trying to get through them all and give them his care and attention. And also to just be aware, it has been so difficult to communicate with them that we have really struggled ourselves as the main points of communication to be able to hear them, and they've found it very hard to get messages out. But they, in due time, it's getting easier, they will be able to reply, but just to say that they're so grateful for all of the letters that they've received, and it's hugely appreciated. Also, on a lighter note, Roscoe is getting his hair cut today, which he's trading with another inmate who saved up for some clippers, who's apparently got one eye, but he's very, very good at cutting hair. And he's trading that for a tin of sardines, because he doesn't eat sardines, so there's this kind of trading going off, which was a kind of little insight as to what it's like in there. And all the pictures are being put up on the wall, so he really appreciates getting the pictures, especially of any of the actions that are happening and things like that. He'd like to see more images of that kind of thing too. Okay.
More actions for the boys!
Really quite overwhelming, but it's actually been amazing and really, really helpful, so thank you. And I just want to end on a big shout out to Helen Thompson, who's right there, who's just spent the last year putting together an injunction, and she's hardly spoken about it, and then it's absolutely paid off. So Rich actually cried when I told him that this morning, so thank you so much.
That's the only message I wanted today.
They don't get any papers in there yet, but it's happening. They'll be getting them in the next week or so. But when I went to see my Rich, he was so heartwarmed to hear the actions that are going on down at the gate at PNR still. It really helped him to feel more hopeful, and just wanting everyone to keep talking about this and keep doing everything about this, because it really helps them as this is really helping everyone else. So, thanks.
Can we say thank you to these guys? You're amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
a risky game there, but thanks for everyone else as well. It's a little bit weird because they're going to come outside at some point. We're not going to get to see them. They're going to go into their outside, and I think they can hear us. I'm pretty sure they can hear us. They'll definitely hear us. Well, let's make sure they can hear us. So the timing's a little unpredictable. There's a few people who want to speak. Clayton, do you want to? So I'm going to introduce Clayton, who is father of Rich. And to Sharon, I'm going to invite them to say a few words and introduce a special call that we might be able to do for Richie to send him some love.
First of all, I want to thank you all for taking the time to come here. A lot of people have come from far and wide, and Sharon and I and the other families really appreciate your support for our boys. It's not only about our son Richard, it's about Richard Roberts, it's about Roscoe. It's a team. We need to get them all out. The other very important thing I feel I have to mention, I want to thank the team who've done an absolutely brilliant job telling the world what's going on and what a terrible thing fracking is, and that has to be mentioned. The lads have been made an example of simply because they were exercising their democratic right to peacefully demonstrate. And we're all concerned that there's a lot of changes coming, and they're not good changes on that front, and we've all got to be aware. Now, the people of Lancashire called for support. Our son and the other two lads answered that call, and we are really very grateful to them. I believe we're grateful to them, and I believe the people of Lancashire are grateful to them, and they have given the ultimate sacrifice by being behind us. Nobody wants fracking. The only people that want fracking are the fracking companies and Westminster. They're the only people that want it. And what we've got to do, we've got to continue to demonstrate in a peaceful way to bring an end to this horrible industry. When Richie was a kid, he was always wandering off. That's the nature of the man. He was a peaceful kid. And whenever he was going off, we had a little bit of a family call sign for him. And that call sign was, yo, yo. And I want you guys to join me to tell him that we're here. Ready? Yo, 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 yo.
Two sites. We're 3 miles from the Preston New Road site and about 3 miles from the proposed Rosica site. So when people come today in solidarity and join together to show our opposition to fracking and also our thanks to the men that made that sacrifice. There were 4 of them, 3 of them are still in jail. It's a tragedy that they're there, but I know I have vested all my thanks go to them, because this is my family, my community that is going to be one of the first to suffer should they get a foothold. I also want to say a big thank you to the team, Helen, who's got this successful interim injunction, which will hopefully, I don't know where she is, but thank you. And I also want to say what an incredible week it's been on Preston New Road. We have seen 3 days of non-violent direct action. There was 3 days, 2 days of complete shutdown on the site. The third day was very limited vehicle movements. Then on the fourth day, it got better. We had a surfer down at Maple. And then on the Friday, when Francis Egan and Cordilla rolled out the red carpet for the national press, and everyone was stood waiting with bated breath for them to press that button to begin fracking, he was handed an injunction. We've still got to go, the team's got to go through the process of the High Court, and we don't know what's going to happen, but every action is, worth every effort. And to see so many people here today standing in solidarity with the 3 men that are bravely behind bars awes me, absolutely awes me. I'm an ordinary person who never thought I'd have to do anything like this in my life. And now I feel like I'm fighting for not only the survival of my town, my community, but fighting for the survival of the planet. So thank you, everybody.
I just want to add the one thing that is going to kill this industry is about numbers. It's about people, and it is about people power. So please, let's try support people at PNR, support all the other sites where they're being threatened, and can we try and get as many people down to Preston New Road on the 20th, and let's show this government that we say no, and when we say no, we mean no, 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 and I just want to end by saying thank you to the 3 guys, and I hope you can hear us and everything, and I mean it with the bottom of my heart. As an ordinary resident in Lancashire, I am I lose the words. I'm so emotional, I don't know what to say. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to start crying any minute, so thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Just a couple of words from Elle from New Hope, who isn't happy about being forced to speak.
I haven't been forced to speak, but yeah, hi, I'm Elle and I'm from New Hope Resistance Camp. We've been campaigning on Preston New Road now for just over 18 months. And just some of the things that I'd like to say. I mean, these guys have been a part of a protest which involved non-violent direct action, and even though that they're locked up, I just want to say that we won't be deterred from continuing doing non-violent direct action, because I came to Lancashire because people's democratic rights were taken away to vote against this toxic industry, and we will not stop, we will not go, we will not give in. We're going to continue on fighting, regardless of the consequences. So yeah. One thing I'd like to say is that, it's totally empowering to see communities taking their power back, and one of the ways we can do that is through putting our bodies on the line and using that form of protest to say what we do want and don't want in our communities. So yeah, I'm totally in awe of the guys in there, and yeah, you lot here as well, so yeah, thank you.
Lady from Lancashire National Education Union. Anyone else wants to speak? Now.
Thank you. You will have seen the Lancaster and Morecambe NUT banner here. We're now the National Education Union, and in Lancashire we have a policy. We've passed a policy against fracking. So we are with you, and I just want to tell you why it's an issue for teachers. As teachers, we are expected to teach children British values like democracy, like justice, like standing up for what is right. And so for us teachers, you know, this is kind of like a model lesson, because what we see here is a complete lack of democracy because we said no. It's a miscarriage of justice. These are, as far as I know, the longest jail sentences that have ever been handed out for peaceful environmental protest. And so this is about standing up for what is right. It's defending the right to protest. It's about stopping fracking, which is dirty, dangerous, and we don't want it. But it is also a trade union issue. Anti-trade union legislation is being used on a daily basis, routinely being used to arrest people who are protesting against fracking. So the trade union movement and anti-fracking protesters, we have a clear common interest here. And most of the trade unions, the big trade unions, have national policy against fracking. But we need to go beyond that. We need to move that down now to a local level, and we need to see more trade union banners on our protests. The Lancaster teachers banner, many of you will have seen before. It's been down to Preston New Road on lots of occasions. It's here today. There are Trades Council banners here today. There's one from Birmingham, which is great to see, but we need to see many, many more of those. We need to unite trade union activity and environmental activity together. And as other people have mentioned, I think really for us now, the first point where we can really start to put that into action is on the 20th of October. We want to get as many trade union banners down outside Preston New Road as possible. So I hope to see you there. Our banner will be there on the 20th. Solidarity.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for coming. I think we're just... You want to speak? Okay. The lady of the hour.
The hardest thing about doing this has not been the boring hours of laborious work that have gone into it. It has not been the countless nights that my husband has been amazing and put the kids to bed while I say I'm just going to answer one more email. The hardest thing was attending the court last week and knowing that I had this to drop on them. Unfortunately, I didn't get to tell them in time. And this week it was my prayer. I said, I'm not going to send those boys a letter until I can tell them that I've stopped these nasty little people with their silly little ideas, what they're going to do in our community. And furthermore, I just want to address the fact that the press have got this wrong. The press are wrong in saying that this is about Quadrilla. Whilst none of us here are fans of Quadrilla, and I do believe that we may yet find that Quadrilla have actually acted outside of the law in protecting the public from their toxic, dangerous industry that they bring right into the heart of our communities. Our fire service and their deliberate, coordinated attempt to pretend that everything is okay. It is through one tiny little act that one person put in a box somewhere that they hid in a county council office that they refused to give me, that I refused to go away, that they refused to give to my solicitors, that I refused to go away, that we are going to find. Quadrilla can do what the hell they like this weekend in putting their submissions before the court, because it won't make a tiny bit of difference to what those public servants did and tried to cover up. They failed to correctly assess the risk of this industry coming into our communities. They underestimated us. They underestimated that we would come after them with everything we've got. We will come after them with direct action on the ground. We will come after them in the media. We will come after them with our wit, with our music, with our damn well regulations, and we will find them. And wherever you go, frackers, I've got a message for you. There is someone somewhere with a skill that will have you, and we will not tolerate your industry in our communities. There will always be somebody. I didn't know it was going to be me this week, but there will always be somebody to stop you, and there will be somebody who will get these boys out of this prison. Please believe in your law. Whose law is it? Ours. Whose injunction is it? Our injunction. Whose injunction? Our injunction.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Give me a wave, yes, a wave, whatever wave. Hello, hello, hello. Wave with a smile. So, what do I want to say? We all know, deep down when we look inside and we think, what has to be done? We all know what really has to be done. In the next short period ahead, we know what we've got to do. Those boys cannot be let down. They must not spend that time in vain. We cannot let them down. That time is coming soon. You know what we're going to do? You're going to bring that sleeping bag. You're going to bring that roll mat. We're going to stand together. We're not leaving until they go. We stay! They go! We stay! They go! We stay! They go! We stay! They go! Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So please everyone take care on your way, and especially avoid the football traffic. I just wanted to echo what's already been said a few times, that every time these guys have talked about what's going on and there are no words for it, but the one message that they keep repeating is get people to the gate, get people to campaign, build on this, use this as momentum, make this about stopping fracking. This isn't about me going to prison. Rich said this isn't about you know, like a few months I'm going to spend in here. It's about all the people whose livelihoods are already being trashed, and or the millions of people across the world who are already being affected by the impacts of climate change, and the people who die every minute because of the impacts of climate change that's already happening, and about our responsibility to those people. So please get down to the gate, please support the camps, please keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, thank you. And he's laughing. Can they hear us? They can hear us.
Oh, brilliant.
Guys, the microphone's to the phone if you want to speak to everyone.
You're all amazing. Thank you so much. All amazing.
We're all amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you! Thank you!
We're going to keep on fighting until we win.
Yes.
Outreach inside is going well. They've got a lot more on side.
Yes! Woo-hoo! More recruits.
See you soon, babe. See you soon.